It wasn't Russia that blindsided NATO. It was Sweden, a small, quiet nation once known for neutrality, just exposed the alliance's biggest weakness. In a classified NATO exercise over the Baltic, Swedish Gripen fighters did something no one expected. They won. Within minutes, radars failed, data links froze, AWACS surveillance planes blinded, and before NATO's F-35s could respond, the entire simulation collapsed. The mission wasn't to destroy, it was to disrupt, and Sweden did it flawlessly. When the exercise ended, the debriefing room in Brussels fell silent. A U.S. Air Force colonel reportedly muttered, "We lost control faster than we ever imagined." Sweden hadn't just outflown NATO, it had outthought it. And that was the real shock. The war game was supposed to be routine, a test of coordination between allied forces, America, Britain, Germany, and Sweden. NATO's task: maintain air dominance over contested Baltic skies. Sweden's task: challenge it without firing a missile. Gripen squadrons entered the simulation low and silent. Within minutes, their Rex's electronic warfare pods jammed NATO's radar grids. AWACS command relays went dark. Digital chaos followed. In the sky, pilots called out scrambled warnings. No radar picture, no network, blind in a battle designed for perfect vision. And then silence. By the time NATO recalibrated, multiple assets were neutralized. Not one missile launched, not one target destroyed. The entire network collapsed under invisible pressure, a textbook demonstration of control without confrontation. When the reports reached Brussels, the phrase repeated across every screen: electronic warfare breach, unrecoverable. It wasn't a defeat, it was a revelation. To understand what NATO faced, you have to understand the machine. The JS-39 Gripen E, Sweden's homegrown fighter, light, adaptable, unapologetically efficient. It wasn't built to dominate skies. It was built to survive them, while others poured billions into stealth coatings and logistics chains. Sweden designed a jet that could refuel on highways, rearm in 10 minutes, and launch again. Its electronic warfare system doesn't hide it. It confuses you. Its code is Swedish, sovereign, unhackable. Its design modular, open, and fearless. No American permission codes. No export locks. No dependence. That's what NATO feared most. Not the hardware, the autonomy behind it. The Gripen doesn't ask for clearance to evolve. It updates itself mid-conflict. For a nation that values independence more than intimidation, that's not just an aircraft, it's a declaration. Officially, NATO called the exercise a success. Unofficially, it was a wake-up call. The alliance didn't fear Sweden's skill. It feared Sweden's idea. Because for decades, NATO's strength was built on dependency. Shared systems, shared software, shared oversight. But what happens when a partner no longer needs permission? Sweden's independence broke that equation. If a country of 10 million can build world-class defense tech on its own, then why should others keep renting theirs? One NATO official put it bluntly: if everyone builds their own Gripen, integration dies. And with it control, that sentence summed up the unease rippling through Brussels. It wasn't just about jets. It was about power and who holds it. Behind every Gripen is a line of code, and behind that code, a philosophy. Every system inside the jet can be rewritten, upgraded, or replaced instantly. No licenses, no bureaucracy, no foreign sign-off. Its digital heart beats in Swedish syntax. Its weapons integrate with any NATO missile, but require no American middleware. It's the ultimate act of sovereignty, a fighter jet that refuses to be dependent. In the age of cyber warfare, that's more dangerous than stealth. It means Sweden can change tactics, rewrite software, and patch vulnerabilities mid-mission. Meanwhile, US-made aircraft remain locked, every modification requiring corporate approval. The Gripen E turned that system upside down. It's not just flexible, it's free. And freedom, NATO realized, can be standardized. The fallout was instant. In Washington, analysts called emergency briefings. European allies demanded internal reports. Privately, generals admitted the truth. NATO's most advanced systems have been jammed by a nation outside its control. Sweden wasn't the enemy. It was the anomaly. Across Europe, defense ministers began using a new phrase, strategic autonomy. The idea spread like static. What if Europe didn't need to depend on the U.S. for defense innovation? What if smaller nations could build their own deterrence? Publicly, NATO praised Sweden's exceptional performance. Privately, it rewrote its cybersecurity manuals. Because one fact was now impossible to deny. Sweden had shown that integration without independence is vulnerability. And that realization shook the alliance deeper than any Russian threat. Beyond NATO, the message spread. In Prague, defense officials called the exercise a lesson in balance. In Brasilia, procurement officers revisited Gripen contracts. In New Delhi, Air Command analysts replayed the footage, frame by frame. What they saw wasn't just Swedish innovation. It was liberation. A small nation had done what superpowers couldn't, created modern air power without dependence. The Gripen became a symbol of democratized defense. Affordable, adaptable, achievable. While others built monopolies, Sweden built blueprints. Analysts now call it the open source revolution of warfare, one where technology is shared, not sold, and where independence, not allegiance, defines power. From Brazil to Finland, nations are studying the Nordic model because in a world of export bans and sanctions, sovereignty isn't a luxury anymore, it's survival. By 2025, the shock had matured into reality. NATO hadn't fractured, but it had evolved. Europe's defense ecosystem began to shift north. Finland joined Sweden in joint training programs. Poland integrated Swedish data systems into its F-16s. And the once quiet Nordic states became the alliance's new backbone. In Brussels, the question was no longer what did Sweden do, but what will everyone else do next? Because the Gripen didn't just outperform the F-35, it outlasted its philosophy. The age of massive, centralized air power is fading. The age of agile, sovereign defense has begun. And somewhere above the Baltic, a new kind of alliance hums through clouds, not united by dependency, but by design. The Gripen didn't divide NATO. It reminded it what unity was supposed to mean. Shared strength, not shared control. Night falls over northern Europe. The radar screens dim. A formation of Gripens cuts through the cold sky. Their signals invisible, their purpose undeniable. No banners, no slogans, just silence and precision. In that silence lies a message louder than any anthem. Intelligence defeats intimidation. Innovation defeats inheritance. Independence defeats dependence. Sweden's Gripen didn't start a war. It started a revolution. One fought with code, coordination, and courage. And while the world debates what comes next, the North already knows. Power no longer belongs to the biggest army, but to the smallest nation that dares to think differently. Because history doesn't always roar through engines. Sometimes it upgrades its software. This is History Nexus, where silence breaks empires.